like later this evening.
Oh gosh. Yeah, it was kind of, we were all just sitting there and it went out. It was only out for 5 minutes. I was like, did I pay the bill? I'm like, yeah, I know I paid the bill. And then it
Oh
flickered
gosh,
back
yes.
on. Oh my gosh. All right, let me go
Yeah.
ahead and share the screen here. All right. Hello, everyone. I am Brittany Metke Powers. If you are on this call, that means you were invited. You just joined Farmasi, or you are in Farmasi and just wanting to strengthen your knowledge of the business background and know how it goes. I definitely suggest jumping on these more than once because it's a lot of information to get in one time. And if you're, especially if you're interested in being a leader, feeling confident is one of the best things about it. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly introduce myself. Like I said, I'm Brittany Metke Powers. I am a mom of 4 humans, 4 dogs, and 3 cats. I live right outside of Columbus, Ohio. I accidentally stumbled upon this industry in 2017 out of need. Was very tired of where my life was. I have a history of addiction, which made me get 7 felonies because of the things I was doing. Then I changed my whole life, but because of those felonies, I just couldn't advance further. So when I stumbled upon the industry, I literally was on food stamps, Medicaid, all of the struggles, all of the government assistance while still working my butt off, honestly, having to drop my kids off at daycare. And I was kind of like, this is it, knowing there was more. So I got invited to a Facebook party. I had no idea what it was, but it piqued my interest. It excited me. I joined that company. Honestly, was really, I always say I had the gift of desperation. I was open to learning. I did everything. It wasn't overnight, I promise you that. However, things started to grow. And I was with that company for 7 years. I ended up becoming a top leader there, built a team of 35,000 reps, top of the compensation plan, and earned $5 million, which changed our lives. So I truly believe that I love the industry. There's a lot of stories just like mine, but whether you're in here for those big, crazy dreams or, I joined just to make $500 a month. That would have changed my life when I signed the link. $500 would have made the difference between not having to go to the food pantry. One of my biggest checks I celebrated in the beginning was a $200 check because I was able to get my kids' Halloween costume. So, all types of possibilities here. And I joined Farmasi back in February, and here we are. So, I always love to start off by sharing our team's vision and mission statement. This is really important to me. I think this is, more than a business. And so our vision statement is to build radically authentic community where we break through our self-limiting beliefs, embrace our true selves, and create a life of impact, freedom, and purpose together. I think that Farmasi is perfect for that. It allows us to be our true selves. We add our products into our lives, and that's kind of what we're showing. So the Real Deal Dream Team is more than a business, it's a movement. We lead with intention, sell with purpose, and empower others to dream bigger, goal boldly, and help as many people as possible along the way with connection, mentorship, real conversation. We show what's possible when you choose to be the real deal. That is it. So we're going to talk when you're just getting started, how to duplicate. So if you can, go ahead and scan this QR code. It's going to pop up the Real Deal Dream Team board. There is so much in here. I can't even explain. I would say it's a priceless asset. I'm going to tell you just keeping it real. Was very much against boards. I was told to use it for years, never wanted to. Then coming over, I was learning and doing lots of things different. So I was like, why not give this a try? One board is free. So as long as you have the one, I would say at least try this one. You're going to be able to use it. There's an onboarding checklist, all the information around products, so many different, anytime we do a training, even we've been here since February, almost every replay is in board. So a lot of the things when you're like, oh, I wonder this, customer service, FAQs, things around all of that is in this system here. So I totally suggest that you follow that. So step one, plug into the groups. We have team Facebook groups, depending on where you are in my lineage. We have a really big Real Deal Dream Team. My one caveat, there's a chat connected to that, but Facebook group is getting rid of those chats soon. But still jump in it because I'm going to open another one on WhatsApp as soon as that one closes down. Here's what I'm going to say about the chats. I have all my notifications off. I totally suggest that you do too. You don't have to keep up with the chats. Just use it when you want to. Ask a question, celebrate yourself. They are really good assets. My biggest thing is you keep the conversation in there productive, positive, and solution oriented. We all know if there's like a mess up, something got forgotten out of your order, we all know what to do, right? Go to customer service. Dropping it in the chat, that's what they're just going to say, go to customer service. So we do try to really keep it business oriented. The other thing is we have a really good tool that we use. It's a group on Facebook. It's called the Glow Up Gang. It's a public testimonial and product education group. There's also a training around it. This is going to be a really good resource and tool. It's right on Facebook. We encourage you to kind of use it as your own VIP group. You can add people to it. You can tag them under the product they ask about, and then you message and follow up. We like to use the ATM message. The only thing that we ask is you don't post your link because everyone's using it. But also, if someone posts something in there, that's free for you to use. You can use that in your stories or whatever. So it works better when everyone's using it. So, you'll see like how people's journeys are right now with some of the wellness products, some of the skincare. It's all in the Glow Up Gang. It's a public resource. Step 2, download boards, which I said it's for efficiency and duplication. This app puts all the important links and information for sharing right into your keyboard. Like I said, I was so against it, and I'm so happy I use it now. I 100% believe that I am able to do 75% more than I used to be able to do. You can use it for more things, like I have a boards around the opportunity. I have a boards around products. However, if you don't want to do that, just have the team board. It's going to be really, really helpful. And then you just get launched, you guys. You're going to share why you joined, start taking people on the journey, sharing your business. There's so many different ways to work this business, which I love. We have a lot of different tips around how you can get launched. We have a whole video of it in boards there's like a launch section. My biggest thing is, like I said, when you order, you need some product. If you're wanting to work the business, highly suggest you you're going to say like your Fab 5 fave that you're going to start taking people on the journey with you. You're going to let them know what you did, why you started. You make your list and you get going. But you're probably like, where do I find my links, Brittany? I need to work this business. So we have an app and we have a website. Definitely download the app. You're just going to log right in, go to profile, scroll down, and you will find your website for shopping and your website for people wanting to sign up. And it's really right there. There's also a link if someone wants to sign up to be a customer. Maybe they're not ready to buy yet, but they want to get emails and they want to be a registered customer where they can log into the app themselves. It's all right there. One of my favorite tools about this business that I love using is hot lists. Hot lists are really, really simple. So again, you can use this on the app or the website. There's the little hearts at the bottom. You can create your own hot list. So say I post a selfie today, or I'm in my stories and I'm all using Farmasi makeup. I'm going to put my Farmasi face. Maybe I'll say, usually I'll put the date like September 2022 Farmasi face, and I might link it there. Or I make a video with my nightcap. I'm going to say drop nightcap, and I have all the products there. It's a ready-made cart for people. So maybe get ready with me video 22, Amanda's favorite. I have different ones. Rosacea. Like when you start seeing the things people are looking for, you can create your hot list, which makes it really simple for them to have a ready-made cart. Makes it very influencer friendly. They're not having to look through everything. You have it for them. So I always add a lot more to it. So I might make it a little bit bigger because people will pick and choose, and that's been my experience. But one thing you're going to learn about Farmasi, I've learned it in my last, 8 months of being here is they're always trying to do things to make our business simpler. So I'm actually going to have to update this because we just added a bunch more tools are kicking off October 1st, which I'm really excited about. Step 4 is make some money. I always say, you guys, you want to commit to learn why you earn. You do not have to know it all, but I was talking to someone today and she said she was looking at the TikTok shop and everything on there. It's like make $1 if you sell it. We have the potential to earn 50% commission. So, we can really make some money here just off of selling the products, even more if you want to grow a team. So I always say that's a big part, of this thing is making money. It's always good to know where you're at, why, some basic background. So some quick pharmacy facts are we are 75 years of heritage. We are in Turkey. Hold on. But we're only 15 years in the direct sales space, 7 years in the USA, 4 in Canada, and 1 year in the UK, you guys. Literally ground floor. We're in over 40 countries, which you're able to cross sell and sponsor in. We use European standard product ingredients. That means they ban 2,000. US only bans like a dozen. That's one of the highest standards, and everything from Farmasi is going to be EU standard. Every single product. They have a golden rules that they follow that you're not going to have ingredients in any of their products. It's a promise, it's a commitment, and it's because we are in several different countries that have strict standards. So we own the complete supply chain. Our products and raw materials, finished goods, and the manufacturing facility, that's how they're able to keep the prices affordable while also paying us out generously. It's all in a place called Farmasi in Istanbul, Turkey. And then if you're in the US, it's going to ship here to the Miami warehouse. They have warehouses all over, but it all comes from Turkey, and they own everything, even tech, even like the bottles and the packaging and everything, the entire supply chain, no middleman. The other important thing is there aren't any catches. There's not a website fee, there's not a monthly fee, a yearly fee, or anything like that. We do have they call it a car program. I'm not sure why, because you can use it on anything. So I'm just going to say we have leadership bonuses. We have one-time big cash bonuses, also the ones that are monthly. And then we have trips you can earn inside and outside of the compensation plan. Because the company is global, we have multiple conventions all through the year in different countries. So we actually just had our North American convention, but they're about to do one in Mexico at the beginning of October. So it's going to be really cool. Usually there's one yearly convention and that's where all the announcements, but that's not the case here. So I was talking to corporate, they're like, no, we're going to have more announcements from the Mexico convention. So it's really cool. They're always keeping things exciting. There's regular launches and regular announcements and stuff like that. They're always trying to grow and improve the business. And then we have an amazing community. I definitely, getting to know other people outside of our team. I do truly believe that we have the best team. Yes, I'm biased, but I'm just keeping it real. But the community as a whole, I definitely feel welcomed. I feel like everyone's willing to collaborate because we all have a goal to have a successful company. So when all teams are winning, the company's winning and we all get to win, right? So there's different ways to enroll, okay? You can be a customer. If someone's a customer, 50% commissions are earned from that order. They are going to pay full price shopping on your website. For customers, they get free shipping if they spend $75 or more. If they're a registered customer, it's $90 in Canada. Preferred customers, this is a beta program that they're improving on. We have it in the US. 25% commissions are earned on that, but it is cool because it's set up to be reoccurring. So that's money in your pocket no matter what. They get a 25% discount on what they're buying and then a lower threshold for free shipping at $40. Or you can become a beauty influencer, which if you're on this call, that's what you are. That means you purchase one of the kits. And now you get to shop at 50% off. You get to double dip. If you're watching this today, September 22nd, we actually get free shipping. Influencers only get free shipping if there's a promo, and there's a promo right now. So if you, as a new influencer, you haven't ordered anything yet, I definitely suggest placing an order before midnight, $75 or more, even if it's one of those kits, and you'll get free shipping, because I always am trying to grab free shipping. Here are some high level definitions of things in our compensation plan. A qualified recruit, that is an influencer with 125 PV. 125 PV, we'll explain, that's really dollar for dollar what you're shopping. And that's required every 6 months to remain a beauty influencer. 125 is kind of the sweet spot. That's what you also would need within 6 months to stay active. That is what you would need if you have a downline and you want to get paid on it. That's how you earn your freebies all the time. So 125 is kind of that magic number. If you're wanting to work the business, that should be a minimum, I feel. Your personal volume PV means anything that you buy yourself. So your own personal orders or anything you sell to customers. Your group volume's the same thing, plus anything that your team buys and sells. Legs are going to be your number of frontline beauty influencers. And then your frontline are a beauty influencer that you personally directly sponsor, and then they stay on your front line. We do have the placement tool here at Farmasi from day one. If you are looking into leadership, I always tell people to talk to their director about that. Everyone does that differently. And I honestly say, I don't even tell people to not even think about it until you get close to director, since we're a volume-based compensation plan, but we do have the placement tool here. Very easy with customer commissions, guys. You'll earn 50% of the retail price, and 1 PV per wholesale dollar. So let's break this down. Say the Absolute Elixir, it's gold, is 75 retail. Wholesale price, what we would pay when we log in as influencers, is $37.50. So that means we get $37.50 PV. That means if a customer shops it at full price, they pay $75 on your website, you're going to be paid $37.50. So that's one thing that was different wrapping my mind around, is when you're looking at points in the background, that's wholesale. So retail is always double of that. So you might hear someone, when they're doing recognition or whatever like that, it's going to sound a little different, but the back office, it's all wholesale numbers. PV is wholesale numbers, what we spend as influencers, because they pay 50% commission. This company has so many freebies, guys. I honestly feel like I've gotten more freebies here in 8 months than I did my whole 7 years in my former company. You can rack them up in so many different ways through the promos, but this is another one. It's a team building program. To earn free products, there's a team building program. Your newly sponsored influencers, if they achieve 125 in a calendar month during their first month, you can grab one of these up to 5. So it's limited to 5. You can pick and choose. Also, if they don't, there's always a grace month for everything. So for this, to say if they sign up today, the 22nd, but they don't qualify till October, you still earn that as the person that enrolled them. And honestly, I love these because, like I said, they're free. You just add them to cart when you're ordering. They'll pop up there once commissions run. And there's certain things that I probably wouldn't have even ordered myself, but now I love it. Like that age reverses exfoliating cleanser is the best exfoliator I ever used. And then they're also really good gifts, or you could sell them and you make 100% profit. So whatever you want to do with them, those are, different freebies you can grab. I actually apologize. I do need to do I? No, actually, I think we did it. I do need to update this though, because there's no longer a $6 sign up, but these are the new kits. There's a bunch of different ways that you can enroll. If you're an influencer, you already know that. However, I do want to make sure that you know that you can add on any of these kits within your first 30 days. So I know for me, I started by doing the starter kit for $19.99, and then I just grabbed a few products at 50% off. But then I thought about it a little bit more and I'm like, wait, I want to try the nutrition. I didn't know where to start. So I grabbed the nutrition kit because these are always, it's ready made for you. So there's a few different options and you do get personal volume on the kits, except for the 1999 one. There is no PV on that because it's samples. So there's never going to be personal volume on samples or if there was like a sign up, which we don't have right now. This is another thing highlighting the 125 our welcome program. It's just a way to celebrate consistency. It's a very low threshold. You essentially earn these gifts as soon as you get to 125. It gets added as an add-on to your cart. So maybe you've already claimed your full blast mascara because you grabbed one of those kits. Next month, when you hit 125, you'll be able to grab the reviving shampoo and hair mask. In your third month, you'll get that elixir oil. Fourth month is a bag. The only thing around this is there is a grace month for your first month. So if you just signed up, don't worry, you can start next month. And then the other thing is if you miss a month, so say third month you take a vacation or something, then you're out. You can't earn month 4. So it honors and celebrates consistency. And this is a really basic threshold. I think I pass 125 usually based off of my own orders now for wellness or skincare. So everything's extra. We have some really good we have some compensation plan training videos. So this is going to be just a little more high level again, like not breaking down the basics, but how it works is there's different percentage levels based off of your group volume. Again, remember your group volume is your PV and GV together. So it kind of says that your group bonuses can be earned on every influencer you personally sponsor on your front line. So that's kind of how it's a volume-based compensation plan. So say if you're all at 200 points, then you're going to get 3% all the way up. So we like to say if your goal is leadership, your goal is to get to 25%. Now, everyone gets to that and some people have no desire and everyone has different rates on how they get to it. I honestly met this really sweet lady in Mexico in June that has been with the company since 2019 and she had just got to director that September. So it took her, like 5 years, but that was like her goal and she's there. And then she earned the Turkey trip was her having 2 director legs under her. So everyone has a different background where they came from goals. So, but that is like I always say, a big goal for people. Get to 25%, and then we go from there. We have trips built into the compensation plan plus extra ones that you can earn that they announce at random times. I have a feeling we'll be hearing about one soon, but the ones in the compensation plan start at bronze director, which how our leadership titles work is it's essentially just based off of how many director legs you have underneath you. So when you're a director and you have one director under you, you're a bronze director. That gets you a bonus, which we'll talk about, and then you to Leadership Academy. Golden director is just 2 underneath you, and then the trip to Turkey, and then up and up and up and up. So trips get fancier, but I'm going to tell you that golden director trip was extremely luxurious. I was blown away. It was something that I feel was been reserved for like the tippy 10 leaders before. So having hundreds of people there blew my mind. But they don't do average at Farmasi, and you'll hear that a lot. Simple comp plan, simple guys, is your goal should be at least 125 PV a month. Like I said, that's going to get you any of the gifts, promos every single month. At the beginning of the month, they're going to show the company like, oh, you get to earn this promo this month. I think it's a primer and a tea tree serum once you get to 125. It also keeps you active for 6 months, all the different gifts. You get paid on your downline, access to sales from our uplines. I only talked about myself, but we are in a very, very strong lineage of leaders that have been big influencers, have made millions of dollars in the industry. So they all have different trainings that you have access to being on this team. And then another comp plan simplified is 50% commission on all your orders. So when someone shops your website, you're going to get 50% on that, and that is paid within 72 hours. And then if your eye is on leadership, team building, and maximizing the compensation plan, your first goal should be that 5K in group volume. And that's it. And then you're going to help others get to 5K. That is if you're interested in leadership and maximizing the compensation plan. And everyone has a place here, everyone has different goals, but that's the goal for that one. So let's break down some FAQs, frequently asked questions. No annual fee ever, 125 PV in 6 months, keeps your 50% discount, keeps your link active, and all of that. You always make 50% commission no matter what your personal volume is. So as soon as you sign up, you make 50% commission. There's no like minimum you have to buy or sell. 125 PV is the magic number though to earn on your team, get the extra goodies from the company, other like incentives. There's so many out there. Influencers will always pay for shipping unless there is a promo around it, which, like I said, Monday, September 22nd, 2025, there is one till midnight. So $75. You spend $75 and shipping's free. We do have a subscription program, which they are expanding on. That is 25% off. They can do it in 1 or 2 month intervals, and it's free shipping over $40. And then for you to get paid, you can log on to either your app or the Farmasi website. Just go to your wallet and you can link your bank account, or you can sign up for, they have a pay quicker, that's their card. So those are the two ways to get paid here through your wallet. Or a really dangerous way is to keep it in your wallet and then just use that to buy more stuff, which I'm like, oh my gosh, I've definitely felt that. So now that you got the basics done, you're going to download boards. Make sure you're in the pages, the Facebook pages. I actually made a really good post the other yesterday about what to do when you get started that had some verbiage ideas. Complete the onboarding steps. Make your list, and that's going to help you get launched. Who are you going to tell right away about what you're doing? Who's on your mind? Do you know anyone that owns boutiques? Do you know any people that are really into makeup, that are really into wellness? And start talking to people. And then honestly, it is taking people on this journey with you. I want to tell you guys, like, whether this is your first company or you're coming from a different company, this is new. It's going to be new to your audience as well. So everyone has results in different time, but it really comes down to consistency and being yourself, having that belief. And, for me, it was more like talking about what the products were solving for me. I did not have to learn them all. You don't have to learn them all at all. Please don't. That it would be way too much. I still don't know them all, but I know about the ones that I love, and I just share about those regularly. Also can do vendor events. People have boutiques that they have this on display. There's so many different ways to work your pharmacy business. People have girls' nights in. So make sure you're getting with your sponsor and coming up with a plan for what works for you. I definitely 98% on social media. That's how I grew my business. That's what I'm most comfortable with. But I also have had some results having people come over and try the products when I've least expected it. But what I love is it is a lifestyle brand. There really is something for everyone in all different categories, men, women, and all the stages of life. You're not asking people to do anything crazy, right? You're not asking them to commit to anything wild. A lot of times they're already using something similar. You're just asking them to switch, and they're really good stuff, that works. So, and I'm always like, saving some money, right? And then the biggest thing is to commit to learn as you earn. One of the biggest mistakes I see people do is kind of stay frozen, not do it. You've made the decision. That's the first step. Now, get going. And what does that look like for you? And that's why I said, make sure you get with your sponsor. You can come up with like, okay, this is how I'm going to launch. Make sure you're digging into boards and maybe watch a few of those, like launching on social media. When your box comes, showing excitement, it definitely works like that. And welcome to the team. Oh my gosh, welcome to the team. Hey, Janet. All right, that kind of wraps it up. I was seeing if there was any questions in the chat. So yeah, make sure you got that link there and you're all in. I'm I'm going to give you one more chance here to, since this is being recorded, make sure you scan that and you get into the boards. That there's going to be a board that says plugin that's going to have the link tree. It's going to have all the different groups that you can join. So super excited. Welcome to Farmasi. Tomorrow we are doing a working power hour. We always have the events with our Zooms in the Facebook group. And then Wednesday is an opportunity call. So make sure you get a guest to join so they can hear a little bit about what we're doing. You guys have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. I'm going to stop the share now. Have a good night, guys.